Well, I want to thank Father Ed for this opportunity tonight to get a chance to come and do this. And I know I've spoken with Teresa Bach about this before in the parking lot at school, parking lot at school. And since my diagnosis on July 13th, lucky July 13th, this has really been on my heart, so to speak, from a Christian standpoint. That's something that I needed to do. I talk in front of people all the time. It's what I do. I give pep talks to athletes all the time. I've coached 90-some sports, thousands of games, and I motivate student athletes to get out there and give their best and do their best and leave it all on the field. And I want to take some of that to the next phase of my life, which is getting the message out about prostate cancer, taking care of your bodies, nothing to fear but fear itself, and also the Christian message. I don't get a chance to speak as a Christian very often, especially being in a public school setting. It's just not something that we're allowed to do, but it's something that I plan to do a lot more of. So bear with me if I cross any lines, if I step on any toes. If I don't go far enough, I'm sorry. If I go too far, I apologize for that too. But I'm doing something that I feel I have to do. I don't know why I have prostate cancer, but I do. And my goal is to make sure that anybody in here who has any loved ones who may have that in their future as things unfold, that they have a little bit more information and they don't get caught, so to speak, like I did. Simple as that. Anybody who knows me in here knows that I do not wear any colors other than Carthage Central colors. I wear red, black, gray, and white. But it's funny that I went to a wedding as I'm waiting for my diagnosis, and I came back with a blue blazer and a light blue shirt and yellow tie, nice pair of slacks. And I don't own anything blue or yellow. Well, if you don't know, prostate cancer, the color for prostate cancer is light blue. And September was Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I didn't even know that until it was over. I'm standing in line not in line, but I'm standing at the Sloan Kettering, the New York City Memorial Sloan Kettering, and I see a breast cancer awareness sticker. I said, "Can I have one of those?" She said, "Sure." I said, "Well, why don't you have any for prostate cancer?" She said, "Well, that was last month." I didn't even know that. It shows you how little bit that I know or knew about prostate cancer, but unfortunately I know a lot more now. A lot of what I talk about prostate cancer may be my opinion, but the whole idea is I want to motivate you to make sure that you take care of your own personal situations with yourself and with your loved ones. Our last sectional game, I had a real good team this year. In our last sectional game, the message I gave to the kids in the locker room, and we got shellacked. We got pounded by eventual state champion. And the message I gave to the kids basically was, hey, there's no reason to hang your heads and cry. You gave everything you had. It's not like anybody here has cancer, Nobody's dying here, fellas. It was a game. I said that. The kids don't remember it, And I'm not sure whether I had an inkling of what was to come in the next few weeks or not. I probably did. November, last hunting season, I had some pressure in my lower abdomen, and man, it made me uncomfortable. What is this? Well, I have kidney stones, history of kidney stones, and I passed the kidney stone a couple of days after that, and that's how I passed it off. Probably it was prostate cancer last November. There's no way to know, but probably it was. Throughout the winter, I had some more situations, frequent urinating at night, and some changes like that. But I'm a man. I'm getting older. We've all seen the commercial. It's not a going problem. It's a growing problem. You've seen that commercial. So I'm thinking, well, maybe some things are going on. The season starts off, and I get into it and put everything else ahead of my health for that short period of time. Because, hey, I love the kids, and I love doing what I do. And I'm not making excuses, but I am making excuses. I should have done something about this beforehand. But I was ignorant to prostate cancer and what it could do to me and how it could sneak up on me. I was ignorant. And my dad died in 1997 of colorectal cancer. I was 37 years old. At 38, I had my first colonoscopy. I had colonoscopies for the next 2 years. I had 4 colonoscopies. I'm now 52 years old. I explained about kidney stones. I've been in the hospital a couple of times for kidney stones, and they tried this tripiopsy is what I call it, but that's not the name of it. It's part of the name. But what they try to do is they try to blast the stones because I had trouble passing them. I even coached the game one time and just dire pain, just passing the kidney stone. Another excuse, I know, but just so you know something about my background. I was frequently at the doctor. I'm not a person who sucks it up, so to speak, in athletic terms. I'm not that kind of person. You know, I'm a baby. So if I have a hangnail, you know, I'm going to have, you know, mommy kissed a hangnail. So I was at the doctor a lot. But I never once, in my mind, thought about prostate cancer. Not once. And I'm being screened for different cancers and worrying about my heart, taking care of my body, or so I thought. July 13th, I could bench press 350 pounds, which may or may not be impressive, but for a 52-year-old man, is what I really prided myself on. Was working out, staying in shape. You know, I'd run 1.5 miles, 2 miles, 5 or 6 times a week. I thought I was doing all the right things. My weight would fluctuate a little bit with the season, but I would seem to catch it. I'd go anywhere from 205 to 185. So I was taking care of my body. I haven't had an alcoholic drink since the night my son was born, which was July 7th, 1983. So it's 28 years without an alcoholic drink. I thought I was taking care of my body. I was preparing to live forever. Now, we all know that isn't true. And, you know, I'd take 90. I'd take, you know, like a lot of us, I'd take 90. But the point is that I wasn't doing a lot of the wrong things until I found out about prostate cancer. I went to the doctor, and I went in with the premise that I needed another colonoscopy. And I knew I didn't. My last one was cleared 15 months ago. And the last thing I said to the doctor, I said, you know, doc, I said, I've been having some changes in my urination at night. I said, maybe I've been seeing a lot about prostate cancer. Maybe you should check my PSA. And I didn't even say PSA. I said, check my prostate. Well, I travel around the country teaching lacrosse, and that was a Wednesday. I got on a plane on Saturday, and I flew out to Portland, Oregon, and I'm working with Ryan Powell at a lacrosse camp in Portland. Been doing this for 6 or 7 years. And I answered my voicemail, and it was a voicemail from Carthage Area Hospital. It said, Mr. Ventiquattro, we just got your test results back. Your PSA, first time I'd ever heard that expression, your PSA was 26, and we're concerned. It's not an indicator automatically of a problem, but the doctor would like you to see a specialist in Syracuse. I'm floored. I'm standing on a side hill. I got Ryan Powell walking toward me. I got 300 kids I'm in charge of, and I'm thinking, what? You got to be kidding me. So I started making phone calls and ended up talking to a personal friend of the family's, even though he's not my doctor, Dr. Rosner. And Dr. Rosner kind of talked me down. Kirk, you know, it's not always an indicator of prostate cancer. You know, it could be something else going on. It could be a false positive. I said, Doc, should I hurry home? Should I come home? He said, well, it's going to take a while to get you in to see somebody anyway. Stay out there, enjoy yourself, have a good time, and we'll take care of it when you get back. So 10 days later, I fly back from the West Coast. I remember sitting in the airplane seat along the window, and earlier, like in the mid-90s, I had panic attacks. Actually ended up at the hospital one time with Sam Milich, thinking that I was having a heart attack on a scouting expedition when we worked for a dear friend of ours, Terry Kaufman. Just another example of, hey, you know, it was a panic attack, and Dr. Wiley solved my problem. I really had him under control since, but I had another one. I mean, I was just... And at that time, you know, I'm just You know, I bowed my head and I prayed to God. I said, God, you know, I've been a Christian now since 1977, my senior year, and you know, I fell away during college, and in '82, you know, I came back to being a Christian, to Christ, and I said, you know, whatever you need me to do, I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do. And just, you know, I need to be here for my wife, and I need to be here for my kids.